time consuming. It's inputting the information, sending the offers, and hiring the people, because it is one at a time, every single piece of information. And that one person fill every, select the template, select any drop down options, which I managed to condense. Mary and Lucas and them, they listened to me so well. I love them so much. We went fully provided with our equipment. And when we did that, I went through all of our offer letters and all of those clause drop downs, because a lot of them were redundant and we did not need them. So I kind of went through everything and packaged a whole little document for Mary and Lucas, giving them a detail of the new template that we needed, and every individual template, what clause would be needed, which ones they could get rid of. So that helped a lot. So now, for example, our US consultant work at home offer letter, the one that I use 99% of the time, had 5 different drop downs in the clauses. And I'm like, 4 of these are not needed. So now we only have 1. So that helped. So it's, but every single person, open up the profile, fill in all of that. I mean everything, like, the wage, the hours, the training hours of operation, the recruiter name, the hiring manager name, all of that stuff, every single person. Send through DocuSign, integrate the offer letter, send that. And then I got to go back, and then I have to send a screening, which integrates ThinkHouse. But my thought process leads me to think then somehow job details, like the pay scale, like the pay rate and the hours and all of that stuff, couldn't that be integratable as well? Like, is there some way to save what we put into the hiring page somewhere in the job and have it pull into the hiring page automatically? I don't know. But that would save us having to enter in, or just bulk hiring in general. But automated offers we had on our previous ATS. And the way it worked, and I don't think it matters. We used Taleo before, you guys. And the way that it worked was the first offer would be created. You would save and send that first offer. And then after that, and don't mess up that first offer, because if you mess up that first offer, your auto offer is dead in the water. So the first offer has to be a new hire, because rehires have to be different because they have their own EIDs already and everything. So we would be able to do this in groups of just new hires. So you would send that first offer out with all of those details, and somehow or another, Taleo would save those details. And then from then going forward, we would turn on the auto offer flag in the job details. And then everybody that would be put into, I think the step was called proceed to offer. So I've got all smart recruiter lingo in my head now. I think it was called proceed to offer. Once we would put people into proceed to offer, somehow or another, Taleo would pull all of that and send the offer all by itself.
I think it's really just the other side of that, having to fact check the dollar amounts. I think there is conversation around us having a more seamless integration with ADP moving forward. If that becomes factual, I would hope that there's a way that within ADP we can set up what that fixed rate of pay is, where it should pull from ADP into Smart Recruiters and into the job ads. So we're not constantly responsible for having to do all that fact checking. And at this point, like I said, it's become a little bit more second nature just to our team, because we always have these spreadsheets at our fingertips. We know how to control F and find the store and fact check it. But it can hold up the process a little bit when we have to get approval for those higher dollar amounts, simply because we do have timelines that we need to meet in order for an offer letter to be sent for a candidate to be successfully onboarded for the following week. And that's because HR has a lot of manual work that needs to go into successfully getting someone onboarded the following week. So we try to make sure we don't rub our HR partners the wrong way, and we always have those offers done on time, but sometimes they were really at this very nick of time trying to get those offers through.
One of the points that we already identified for the offer management is how we can support recruiters that they can do the calculation directly in the system. Just to give you an example, Very often, it's not just the annual salary that they mention in the offer, but any other benefits, bonus, or any other benefits that they would like to, or that they today include. And with the current setup, they would need to do the calculation outside of Smart Recruiters, and then they need to enter the same in the system. So it's kind of like a double work for them. So if we would have any option in Smart Recruiters to improve this, that would be really helpful, because otherwise it's just a double maintenance. If
Yeah,
makes
that, and
sense.
I would say like efficiencies around dependencies as well, and other pieces around calculations also, because we have so many different types of offers that go out and all have different dependencies based on location, level, different types of pieces with it as well. So if there's anything around automation that can be included for those elements, so that we're not having to do all that manual efforts or type things in where we can and actually be pulling from the system from a dependency. But then there's also going to be some roles that always offer the exact same compensation package. So in terms of like actually being able to automate offers, like having a pre-built out template of something like Nikki, for example, maybe like RBDC or Student Musketeers and some of those like high volume positions where we always know that we're offering consistent pieces
Exactly
per
the same,
location.
yeah.
If we could have like a pre-built out template that already had that information, because we do know that it's consistent time and time again, to be able to just say like, send offer or send offer details because it's already been completed, and removing those manual efforts. That's another area when I think about automation that could come to mind in a really helpful way.
Time with this, and then I think for the recruiters, it's really the efficiency that they don't need to enter data manually or just minimize.
Yeah. I think it's a lot of the data entry that's duplicative efforts, because that information either lives on the candidate's profile already or their resume, or it's job details or things like that that are not pulling from it, or the calculations that we were mentioning. Like having recruiters spending time doing calculations is not great for anybody. So I think a lot of it would be that is just the manual data entry that could be